All right, what's up, market watchers? Dave here with the daily market narrative going into 11th August, ready to cut through the noise. We're talking fresh highs, folks, yet again. S&P 500 futures ticking up 0.19% last I checked at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah, not a massive surge, but it's green and we're pushing into uncharted territory. Is this sustainable, or are we setting ourselves up for a nasty surprise? Let's dive in. So, what's the story the mainstream media is trying to sell you? It's the grand narrative of market optimism. They say it's all about the Federal Reserve getting ready to cut interest rates, fueled by inflation cooling off and jobs data finally softening. Pile on top of that some absolutely crushing corporate earnings, especially from those mega-cap tech giants riding the AI hype wave, and boom, equity markets blasting to new highs. Simple, right? Now, let's get real for a second. Everyone out there is waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? They're looking for the but, the catch, the hidden flaw. But honestly, folks, sometimes the market just does what it's supposed to do. The data is cooperating, inflation is moderating, and yeah, jobs are softening. That's exactly what the Fed needs to see to justify rate cuts. And those earnings? They're crushing it, especially in the tech sector where real innovation is happening. This isn't just optimism or hype. This is the market reacting to actual, tangible fundamentals lining up. People keep looking for the boogeyman, but maybe, just maybe, the market's simply behaving rationally when conditions align this well. Don't overthink a strong hand. All right, let's hit the scoreboard. S&P 500 futures, as I said, up 0.19% to 6,426. Not a huge move, but still ticking green. The U.S. 10-year yield, it's up almost a full percent, 0.97%, pushing to 4.28. Yields are climbing a bit. Dollar index, DXY, barely down 0.09% at 98.10. Gold futures up a tiny 0.07% to 3,441.60. WTI oil down 0.61% to 63.49, seeing some weakness there. And Bitcoin, holy smokes, Bitcoin is ripping almost 4.5%, up 4.45% to 121,879.95. Quite a jump for the crypto king. So, that's the scoreboard. Now let's look at the headlines driving these moves. Nvidia AMD agree to pay US 15% of China chip sale revenue, Bloomberg.com. Look, this is a direct hit to the revenue and profitability of two major S&P 500 tech companies. It's a new, potentially costly precedent in US-China trade and technology policy, messing with their market access. This isn't just a headline, it's real money at stake for these giants. Stock futures tick higher ahead of key inflation data expected this week, CNBC. You know the drill. The upcoming CPI release is a primary driver for what the Federal Reserve does with interest rates. This data directly influences overall market sentiment and equity valuations. It's the big one everyone's waiting for to confirm the rate cut narrative. Oil extends weekly drop as traders look to Trump-Putin talks, Bloomberg.com. Falling oil prices, potentially driven by eased sanctions on Russian supply if Trump and Putin actually talk, directly impact global inflation trends and corporate energy costs. This affects sectors from transportation to manufacturing. Cheaper oil, that's a good thing for corporate margins potentially. U.S. gold futures slip as traders await clarification on tariffs, Bloomberg.com. Uncertainty surrounding significant new U.S. tariffs on gold imports creates volatility in commodity markets. It highlights potential shifts in trade policy that can mess with inflation, international trade relations, and even how safe haven assets like gold are valued. More uncertainty, more market jitters. Forward look. Looking ahead, here's what's on my radar. Monday, August 11th at 3:30 p.m. GMT, we've got the U.S. 3-month and 6-month bill auctions. Yeah, they're low impact, but it's government funding, right? Always worth noting where the short-term money's going, even if it's just a background hum. Keep an eye on the bigger inflation data later in the week. That's where the real action will be. All right, that's my take for today. If you got any value from this, smash that like button and subscribe for more daily no BS market analysis. What do you think about these new highs? Are we due for a correction, or is this rally just getting started? Drop your take in the comments below. As always, this isn't financial advice. See you tomorrow.